This passage about, it is about food grains related to agriculture in a way. Shall I read the first question? What does the passage suggest about the impact of environmental stresses on agriculture? Underline the key words, impact of something on agriculture. I think this passage talks about agriculture, climate change, impact of all these factors. A few questions are not easy to answer, but almost all the questions should be able to. First one, all environmental stresses are now effectively mitigated. Not possible, underline the word mitigated. Alleviate, assuage. Environmental stresses have a negligible role in crop productivity. No. Negligible or not negligible? Technological advancements have fully overcome climate challenges? Not yet. Environmental stresses continue to significantly affect crop yields. That is the answer. What is the answer? They still make an impact. Answer is the fourth option. Have you chosen that one? Question number 2. According to the passage, what role does surface ozone, whatever the chemical term, play in reducing crop yields? I think clearly mentioned. First option, it fertilizes crops by enriching leaf cells with oxygen. Has it got a positive impact or negative impact? Can you consider the first option? No. It leads to increased water absorption through roots. Not correct. It damages essential enzymes involved in photosynthesis. This has been mentioned clearly in the passage. So what is the answer here? Third option is the answer. But you have to read for this. You got to cross-check. What can be inferred about the Indo-Gangetic Plain and similar regions? In the passage, one sentence talks about certain regions are still hot spots. But traditionally, if you take Indo-Gangetic Plain, it is the most fertile plain in the country. In our country, if you ask which is the most fertile land, Indo-Gangetic Plain. But today it is in trouble. Based on that, a question, what is the first one here? They are seeing rapid growth in agricultural productivity. It is in the limelight for a good reason or for a bad reason? Bad reason. So you cannot consider the first option. These regions are largely unaffected. No, they got affected. Government initiatives have removed all challenges not relevant here. These regions have transitioned away from agriculture. That's also not correct. They are hotspots of extreme weather and air pollution. This has been mentioned very clearly. Answer is which option? Next one. What does the passage imply about the effectiveness of stomatal uptake? This is purely based on botany knowledge. Stomatal uptake in SREEDHAR'S deposition. It is responsible for less than 10% of, has it been mentioned anywhere? No. It is a minor pathway with little environmental relevance, not mentioned. It is mainly useful for water regulation, not ozone uptake, not mentioned. It completely blocks that one from entering plants. But what is the last one here? Clearly mentioned in the passage. It plays a significant role in absorbing what? Surface ozone. So what is the answer? Fifth option. Which of the following is implied about the progress made in Latin America and the Caribbean? Answer my question. How many of you know the meaning of the word Latin America? There are two words. Latin America means, please make a note right there, South America. Countries like Argentina, Brazil, Suriname, all these South American countries, we use the term Mexico, Latin America. I think passage talks about these regions positively, not negatively. Based on that, what are Caribbean islands? Where do you come across Caribbean islands? Do you guys know? Mid-Atlantic Ocean. You know Atlantic Ocean? Mid-Atlantic Ocean, you come across Caribbean islands. You all know West Indies cricket team, Barbados, so many Caribbean islands are there. These regions show promising agricultural advancements mentioned in the passage clearly. Hold the first option. They have not implemented any sustainable practices. No. These regions are lagging behind. No, they are doing well actually. They are the main contributors to global air pollution, not correct. There is no agricultural activity in these regions. What is the answer here? The very first option is the answer, yes or no. When you come across a question like this, you don't have to read the other options. You can save a few seconds. Shall we go to the next one? What can be inferred about the role of capital investment in agriculture? I think passage talks about capital investment leads to better, improves or does not improve? Improves. What is the first option? It accelerates air pollution, not correct. It completely neutralizes the effects of SURF-O3, not correct. It has no measurable effect on yield loss. It helps mitigate yield loss from environmental stresses. I think this is the answer. What is the answer here? It helps mitigate. What is the meaning of mitigate? Reduce intensity of something bad. It is only relevant in urban agricultural projects, not correct. Why is the mention of various studies and years significant in the passage? You must have noticed they have used many names. Have you noticed? What are they trying to do by mentioning so many names of so many scientists? To add credibility to the article. When a lot of scientists work on something, it adds credibility. What is the meaning of credible? Believable. Incredible? To confuse. Have they done it to confuse you people? No. To provide a timeline of ozone layer recovery? No. To highlight the global consensus on the issue through research. Most of these sources talk about a research done by scientists across the world. Hold the third option. To focus solely on deforestation? No. To establish the superiority of Indo-Gangetic farming techniques? No. So what is the answer here? Third option is the answer. Over. Oh. Only 7 questions. But this passage, easy or difficult? We'll come to know in a second. How many of you have got 7 out of 7? Many means easy. Only a few means not easy. Very simple. You don't have to tell me. 5, 5 plus. Good, that is pretty good. Why is it difficult? Tell me. You need some background. Here, it is related to climate. But along with climate change and environment, you got to be a bit of knowledge about botany. But I told you many a time, to answer the question based on passage, do you have to be a subject expert? It has nothing to do with your ability to answer the questions. What is required here? Reading comprehension skill. Topic doesn't matter. If you're really good at reading comprehension skill, you can get 7 out of 7. But it is not all that easy, because when you go through, you are disturbed, not disturbed, unfamiliar topic. Obviously you're disturbed, but there you have to be composed and tell yourself, it is called auto-suggestion. Perhaps a new territory, unfamiliar, uncharted, but still I will be able to answer all the questions if I read meticulously, then you can answer. Always remember, they never go out of the framework here. Whatever is presented, based on that they frame questions. That means your background doesn't matter. How well you read, that matters. What is the next set of questions about? Error location today a bit challenging, I suppose. I'll read the first one. For decades, but some are damn easy. For decades, will you say public health or public healths? There is nothing like public healths. There itself you can stop. There is an error in the very first part. For decades, public health in India and across the globe has largely been. There is another clue for you. Public health singular. What is the singular verb here? Has largely been the domain of, underline the word domain, of the state, driven by policies, programs, and top-down interventions. All of you write these words quickly. You may know some of them, but one word, important word is there. Sphere, domain. Also write the word, how do you pronounce this? A realm. A realm. Realm also means the same. And also write the word arena. Arena has 2 meanings. One meaning goes with sports. But here it means a sphere, a field. Simple word is what for all these words? Field. Area of expertise or area of activity. Arena, have you heard it of some other name? Have you heard as some? Okay, fine. Have you guys copied? Easy question or difficult question? As a domain of, all the questions are related to public domain, I suppose. Okay. As a domain of public health expands from addressing communicable diseases and infections to vaccination drives to tackling, underline addressing, tackling the problems of lifestyle disorders and taking, also underline taking, healthcare services to the last mile, a new public health paradigm, underline the word paradigm, means change in the stand, is emerging. One that is deep rooted, you can say. Here you got to think twice. There are two possibilities. One that is deeply rooted in innovation, nothing wrong. We can also say one that is deep rooted in innovation. Either way it is acceptable. Meaning changes. Deeply rooted, deeply is adverb. Deep rooted, that is an adjective. But as such, nothing wrong with the sentence. So what is the answer here? How many of you have chosen no error? Wonderful, very good. Not easy though. In many facets, underline the word facet. Facet means what? Is the mic on? Oh. Write the word dimension. Some people are highly talented, they can excel in different fields. Then what do you say? Write this: multifaceted personality. Some people can sing, dance, do so many things. Multifaceted. What do you say? Multifaceted personality. But this also goes with, generally it goes with persons, but sometimes we use it with companies. Imagine, usually a company produces one particular product, known for one product, but some companies, they expand, they diversify, they produce different products. Then what do you say? Multifaceted, right? The combination, company, multifaceted company. That is also correct. But generally it goes with a person, multifaceted personality. Have you got the answer? Have I read the sentence? Before that you got the answer. Wonderful. In many facets of public health, India has made remarkable stride. A person who reads a newspaper stops here. What is the reason? He must have come across an expression like strides. Generally it takes a plural form. One clue, it is registered at the subconscious level. When he reads something disturbs, then he knows, okay, stride is not correct, it should be strides. One more thing, stride is singular or plural. Based on the sentence, singular. Singular means we have to use indefinite article, but do you see indefinite article? No. If you use your grammar knowledge, you may think of the indefinite article. But this is a standard expression. What is the standard expression? Make strides. We use a plural form. So where is the error? Stride or strides? Please make the correction. Do we have the students who have been coming regularly or new students? You guys have been coming regularly, same students? Fine. Shall I go to the next one? India's remarkable rise to become the fourth larger or the fourth largest. You don't have to go beyond this. The fourth largest, not larger. We are not comparing. And we have underlined the definite article the. Before ordinal numbers, what are ordinal numbers? First, second, third. We should use a definite article the. The first, the second, the third, the fourth. Largest. Easy or difficult? Let me read the sentence for value addition. India's remarkable rise to become the fourth largest economy in the world has drawn. Underline has drawn. Which tense is that? But what is the verb here? First you write the word draw. What is the past form? Drew. And what is the past participle? And this goes with so many contexts. Bank also, you draw money. You all know that, withdraw. So here draw means what? What is the complete expression here? Has drawn significant attention means what? Gathered or garnered attention. Have you got it? And what is the other word for getting attention? We have got recently because of Divya Deshmukh. Recollect the word traction. Underline the word acclaim. Acclaim is a positive word. What does it mean? Attention and acclaim means appreciation. Write the word appreciation. Recognition, you can also write that word. Capturing global headlines for all the right reasons, despite the prevailing geopolitical headwinds. Underline prevailing. What is the meaning of prevailing? I write the word existing. One meaning, existing. Here prevailing means existing. But write one more combination, prevail upon someone or something. Here it has a different connotation altogether. Here it means dominate, be assertive. Prevail upon someone means what? Dominate someone, control someone, use force against someone. A different meaning altogether. Headwinds, underline that also, means opposing winds. When the winds are coming in your direction, then you don't have to struggle. Imagine you are going in this direction, winds are also in this direction. Do you have to struggle to move forward? But imagine you are going in this direction, opposite direction winds are coming. Then what is the expression we use? Headwinds. Opposition. What does it mean? Opposition. Have you guys got the meaning? The Advanced Digital India Framework, commonly known as. You have to stop the next second. Something should disturb you. We know something commonly. Active voice or passive voice? Active voice. We know something commonly. Something is known to us commonly. He is known, passive voice. And here, commonly known as. Any problem? Okay. Have you guys got it? Commonly known as a digital public infrastructure, has served as a vital foundation. What is the meaning of vital? Important, crucial, enabling the development of a new and innovative growth architecture for the Indian economy. Otherwise, nothing wrong. Over. Last one. When we talk about cleanliness, there's a problem with the key here. Check the key. What does the key say? No error. That is not correct. We do have an error. When we talk about cleanliness, what usually comes to our minds, R is not correct. E is, very good. You could spot it. Wonderful. What comes to our mind? What comes to our minds? E is not R. Here we have to use. And also we don't use minds. What comes to our mind is. You have something to say? Now tell me, what is it? Mind. Yes. Standard expression, what do we say? When I think of that, what comes to my mind is. This is a standard expression. Once you know that, an easy question, a silly question. But if you don't know that, then you have to go through the entire sentence twice, thrice. Have you guys got it? And litter-free, underline litter-free streets. Litter has two different meanings. What is the first one? Waste, you can write the word, write a few words. Waste, also write the word rubbish, also write garbage. You throw papers here and there, what is that called? Litter. Please write. This is a live session, all of you do remember that. Don't compel me to say a few words. Waste, rubbish. Rubbish has two meanings. Here waste, but some people talk some nonsense. Then what do you say? What he says is rubbish. You guys know that, okay? Garbage. And what is the second meaning of litter? Imagine a dog gives birth to 5 or 6 puppies. All of them together we use the word litter. So 5 to 6, write the word puppies. Then we say litter. Got it? Okay. Have you got the answer for that? Have I completed the sentence? Before that you got the answer? Okay. I will read again for my satisfaction. When we talk about cleanliness, what usually comes to our mind is spotless homes and litter-free streets. We feel good when the floors shine. Underline floors, underline spotless homes, and the dustbins are empty. But have we ever asked ourselves what cleanliness really means? Is it just about what is visible to the eye? Or is there something far more harmful than dust or litter? Those words are easy, but why should you underline spotless homes? When you enter some rooms or some houses, everything seems clean, neat, properly placed. Based on that, there are two idioms you have to recollect. Write the first one. Please write apple pie order. Everything is in apple pie order. We also say everything is spick and span. What do we say? Spick and span means neat, properly arranged. And generally you go to, you have something to say? You can say that also. Tidy. Tidy means neatness. Wonderful. But when you go, this is a general statement, mind you guys, that side, okay, L shape. Generally when you go to a bachelor's room, how does it look? Write the word mess. It's in a big mess. I hope you all agree. Mess has three different meanings. One, the place where you go have food. Bachelor's rooms are in a big mess usually. And write this word messy. Another word for messy. But mess also means to trouble someone. If you see English movies, a standard dialogue, don't mess up with me. If you mess up with me, I will mess up with you. Have you heard of that any time? Okay, third meaning. Good. And why should you underline floor? Tell me. If I say, I live in the third floor, right or wrong? How many of you say wrong? Raise your hands. I repeat the sentence. I live in the third floor. I live in the fourth floor. That's a common error. You cannot live in the third floor. Impossible. Unless you become an ant or some insect, like centipede, millipede. What is the correct preposition to be used over here? Please write, and then you remember. In the third floor, they have given many a time. On the third floor. Another common error, people say, imagine you are talking about a university campus, and people say in the campus. In the campus, right or wrong? What is the correct expression? Please write on the campus. This also they have given many a time. Under pressure, not easy to spot the error. On the campus, on the third floor. Is that the last one based on error location? Do we have more? Let me check. You guys don't respond. I will check. Okay. Why should you underline the word dust? Tell me, I'll rephrase my question. Dust, which part of speech is it? As a noun, positive meaning or negative meaning? As a verb, write two sentences because we have newcomers. There is a lot of dust. There's a lot of dust over there. Don't ask me where. There's a lot of dust over there. Here dust is what? Positive connotation or negative connotation? Negative. I dusted the table. Logically thinking, what do you think? I spoiled the table or not? It sounds like that, but what is the meaning of this? I cleaned the table, I removed the dust from the table. How come that is English? We cannot question. Accept, respect, and move on. Simple. And do remember, newcomers, shall I go to the next set of questions? What is this about agriculture, environment, passage? Now it is about digital initiative or digital platforms. An interesting short, you should get 5 out of 5, should not be a problem. But before that, error location, who has got 5 out of 5? Raise your hands. 4 or 5, how many questions? 6 questions. I'll rephrase my question. Thanks for correcting. Who has got 6 out of 6? Wonderful. Have I touched all the 6 questions? Okay, 4 plus. 3 plus. I will not go further down. Okay, this is again easy, should not be a problem. The world talked about and debated revolutions like Industrial Revolution, Green Revolution, Yellow Revolution. Yellow Revolution deals with what? We know Industrial Revolution, we know Green Revolution. Yellow with what? Poultry. Okay. White Revolution? Milk. That okay. Who is the father of White Revolution? Malayali person, Korean, am I right?
Okay. For the what? For the good or bad of mankind. All these revolutions for good or bad of mankind. Good. What is the first one? Success. Good. Good also you can consider. Interest, relevant, not relevant. And welfare, joy. Which is a better word, good or welfare? Because of formal English, written English. Easy or difficult? But underline the word joy. I would like to give a few words so that you will cheer up. First, you write the word cheerful. Cheerful means what? Always smiling. That is God's gift. We always look serious, majority. And some people always smiling. That is a God, that is nothing but, I call it God's gift. Yes or no? And some people always happy. Write the word jovial. Some people, whatever the situation, good or bad, cool, they are not bothered at all. So write this idiomatic expression, happy-go-lucky person. Have you heard of this any time? Happy-go-lucky person. Cool, always cool, like Mr. Dhoni. You all know Dhoni? Cool. Let us go to the next one. But now it is time to talk about the digital revolution, and Bharat has, you have a grammar clue. What is that? But let us check the option. Has what? Come. Can you say come a case? Turn a case? Grow? Get? You guys are lucky this time. I think you have only two, but first one doesn't go with the context. So what is the answer? Has become. Now be happy. Grammar has come to your rescue. Sometimes it does help. Has become a case study for the people across the globe. Celebrating the Digital India initiative, Ashwini Vaishnaw, Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, said, when the world, how a tea seller, what is the word here? Question how a tea seller or vegetable vendor could use digital payments. First option seems right. Can you say how the world fought, the world resisted, reviewed, eyed? Underline the word eyed. But what is the answer over here? Initially, people questioned, because these guys, what are the two examples mentioned in the passage or paragraph? Tea seller. Tea seller, literate or illiterate? Vegetable vendor, literate or illiterate? And we are talking about digital payments. So people must have wondered, how is it going to happen? But India has proved them wrong. Today it has gone to every nook and corner. What is the meaning of nook and corner? Every area. So now why should you underline eyed? Any idea? You all know the meaning of eye as a noun. Yes or no? Please write the word eye, brackets, write verb. He is eyeing. Two possibilities. I will not write the complete words, you should understand. Both begin with the letter S. He is eyeing something, first one. What is the second one? You guys are very sharp. He is eyeing someone. At this stage, you eye something, no problem. You eye someone, you are in big trouble. Have you got the meaning? Eyeing means what? To have the desire. Jokes apart, write the meaning. Eye something means to desire something. You all know the word desire. He has been eyeing for someone or something means what? He wants to have that thing. And there's one more word you have to know. Desire everyone has. Limited, nothing wrong. But excess desire, good or bad. What is the word for excess desire? Please write the word greedy. Greediness is not acceptable. Greedy means what? Excess desire. You guys know that word? Very good. Let us go to 17th. The word question how a tea seller or a vegetable vendor. You all know the meaning of the word vendor. But write one more word. If you go out, Amirpet main road, you see some people shouting 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 20 rupees. Who are those guys? Hawkers. Write the word hawker. But you should, I hope you guys are writing. Write the word hawk. Hawk belongs to which family of birds? Tell me one more. Hawk, eagle, kite, they all belong to the same. Please write. You all know the word eagle, I'm damn sure.
Kite has two meanings. One is a bird, the other one you all know, kites. But hawk, eagle, kite all belong to the same family. And write this idiomatic expression, eagle-eyed. Some people are very sharp. They can catch things within no time. And then what do you call them? Hawk-eyed or eagle-eyed. Both can be used. Could use digital payments today. That dream has come true. Underline the word dream. We'll talk about that later. Has come true. UPI payments have what? Can you say have broke? You use your grammar knowledge. Let us. Can you say have surpassed, exceeded? Hold that one. And invaded. Can we talk about invasion here? Outran? No. Overran? No. So what is the answer? Surpassed what? Visa transactions. This is a strength of 1.4 billion Indians. But before that, I told you guys to underline one word. You have dreams. Everyone has dreams. Good dreams, bad dreams. What is the word for bad dreams? Please write the word nightmare. Nightmare has two different meanings. One meaning, bad dream. Another one, frightening. Please write the second meaning. Frightening experience. Imagine first day in the college, your seniors ragged you. Then what do you call that day? The first day in the college was a nightmare. Means what? Frightening experience. You guys know this meaning also? Wonderful. Has come true. Then this is a strength of 1.4 billion Indians. India has been what? To the envoys of developed nations. Can you say notice? See. India has been a witness to the, you can consider this word. Can you say India has been spot? View. So what is the answer here? India has been witness to the envoy. Underline that. Envoy means what? Ambassador, diplomat. Write two words. Ambassador, diplomat. Of developed nations sharing images of their UPI payments to vendors and hawkers. Oh, hawkers is there. In a way to celebrate visionary Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's Viksit Bharat, who once coined decade, Vaishno said. Nice wording. Yes, sir. Decade. Sounds good or not? Okay. So when foreigners come to our country, I don't know how many of you know, in the past, now also they have the same perception, those who don't travel. In the past, before the advent of technology, they would have one image. India means this. What was that image? India is a land of snake charmers. You all know snake charmers? And naked sadhus. That was the perception. You know who are those guys? At the time of Kumbh Mela, they come. Naga sadhus, you know. And they're cannibals. Write the word. What is the meaning of cannibalism? One animal eating the flesh of the same animal. One snake eating another snake. One frog eating another frog. One man eating another man. Dead man, not a live man. Those days haven't come yet. We don't know the future. Now, cannibalism, and that was a perception. And with that perception, they come to our country. They see tea sellers, vegetable vendors using digital payments. That is shocking or not shocking? They will be impressed, obviously. They send the pics. That the sentence talks about that. But here, when I said, the passage also says a vegetable seller. One who sells vegetables, what is the word? Please write this one. Greengrocer. Underline the word grocer. Grocer is the one who sells groceries, provisions, like rice, sugar, wheat, all those things, groceries or provisions. Write the word provisions. But who is a greengrocer? One who sells vegetables. And there's a joke. How many of you know the meaning of the word? Please write this. Don't think I've made a spelling mistake. You all know. Which word do you know? Pun. So when master writes P-U-N, you may think, master is not good at spelling. So have you heard of the word pun? How many of you know? Raise your hands. Have I told you guys have I given a few examples about pun? No. Pun is part of English conversation. Write the meaning. Pun means joke or riddle. Riddle means what? Puzzle. Joke or puzzle, I hope you guys are writing, all of you. Joke or riddle based on homophones. Homo means same, phone means sound. Same sound, different spelling, different meaning. And when it comes to British conversation, when two English people meet, they converse, they use a lot of puns. It is characteristic of English conversation. Like if you go to Goji, what do the letters stand for? East Godavari district, you all know. And they have a particular style. When they talk, they don't talk normally. They talk in a sarcastic way. Are you guys aware of that? Like that, English people, they use puns quite often. Now I'll give an example. Those who know, some batches I usually tell this, those guys don't respond. The question is, why is Sunday the strongest day? Think. Why is Sunday the strongest day? Usually every batch I get two responses. One, because it is Sunday, sun is there, strongest day. Another one, because it is a holiday. But answer is, Monday to Saturday, what do we call? There are two words. We call first one or second one? Second one. But if you consider the first one, opposite of strong. What is the first one? Opposite of strong. Monday to Saturday, they are weekdays. Obviously, Sunday becomes the strongest day. That is pun. Have you got it? One more example. Usually you wear sunglasses. Which season? Summer. Indoors or outdoors? Obviously. But the master wore sunglasses in the classroom. So the question, why did the master wear sunglasses in the classroom? Because the students are very bright. Nice one. Okay. Let us go to the next one. What is the blank number? Oh, the set is over. Who has got all the 5 correct? Wonderful. You guys are amazing. Today's panel jumble rather easy, but you got to be a little careful. When you go through all these, what is this about? Technology has brought in changes. Yes or no? First one, while technology shall we start with India's financial inclusion story has made remarkable strides, but the last mile remains its toughest challenge. What is the first one here? A general statement. Whenever you come across specific statements, general statements, you have to prefer which one? Specific or general? Between the two, here, India's financial inclusion story, underline the word story, has made remarkable strides, but the last mile remains its toughest challenge. What is the next one here? D, not C, D. While technology has enabled millions to open bank accounts, real inclusion depends on whether people can access and use financial services when they need them. No doubt, see, it starts with financial inclusion story. India has, see here, underline the word strides. You see stride or strides? Remarkable strides. But the last mile remains its toughest challenge. Why does it remain the toughest challenge? Writer has to tell us. While technology has enabled millions to open bank accounts, real inclusion depends on whether people can access and use financial services when they need them. Question is there, answer is they cannot. When you say they cannot, then we need a solution. What is the solution here? In the form of agents, human touch. Now based on that, what is the next one? C is the next one, obviously. Here, agents, often the only human touch point in remote or undeserved areas, play a crucial role. But these agents face deep-rooted barriers. They have their own problems. You all know that today if you go to a village, you have an agent or you have the technology there. Agents only, that is the interaction. Lack of training, poor digital infrastructure, underline that part, unclear policies and limited support. Then comes the role of technology. What is the next one? Not B. A is the next one. As artificial intelligence scales across banking systems, The challenge is no longer how fast we can innovate, but whether we can design systems that empower, underline the word, agents to serve customers better. Now, the concluding sentence is what? Inclusion will not come from technology alone. It must come from technology that understands and supports human needs both. See, again, the word agent has come, agent and customer. Now, tell me what is the correct order? These two form one pair. And after that, what do you have? C, A, and B. Who has got this order? Wonderful. But what went wrong? You got 1 and 2. ED you got. How many of you got ED? Oh, many. After that, something went wrong. But what is the line of thought continuity? Here, underline. Here comes, first the writer talks about progress, talks about something incomplete. To make it complete, who is important? Agents are important. But agents with tech training or without training? With the training, technology. If agent doesn't know technology, does it serve any purpose? Then the writer takes us to artificial intelligence and how it is related to agent. Then conclusion, if the agent has access to technology, agent plus technology, ideal combination, he will be able to serve in a better way. Under pressure, perhaps is not easy, I don't know. Reading between the lines, tough para jumble. Yes, sir. What are these about? Okay. Interchange. As India celebrates the 10th anniversary of the Digital India initiative, it is time not only to measure progress in broadband penetration or digital payments, but to powered, can you say to powered? But to recognize the human spirit that has what? Powered this transition at the grassroots. So which two you have to change? Shall I tick that one? No need. You will be happy if I tick, I will tick. Have you chosen the fourth option? Okay. But underline the word grassroots. What are the other words you have to recollect? Please write, because we have a few new students, please write these words quickly. Downtrodden. Downtrodden, underprivileged, backward communities. Write the word communities. What is the other one? Marginalized people. One more word you have to write, isolated. Tribal people isolated, not isolated. They are isolated. Marginalized, grassroots level. The reason for writing these words, tomorrow when you take SBI PO, IBS PO, you have descriptive English. And you have to use these words. These are known as power words. You get maximum marks if you use these words. Simply you write poor people. You can write poor people. Who are these people, rich or poor? Then you don't get marks, very simple. Shall I go to the next one? In response to launched, can you say that? In response to what? Staunchest, you cannot say. In response to transparency, can you say? No. What is the next word after criticism? So, mounting criticism. Mounting means building up. We also use a combination mounting pressure, mounting criticism, mounting financial problems. These are the combinations you have to know. In response to mounting criticism from his staunchest supporters about the lack of transparency, in the Jeffrey Epstein case, Donald Trump launched a counter-offensive on two fronts on Friday. So which two you have to change? Which one? Counter-offensive. But there's another word you have to know. Please write this one. Counterproductive. What is the meaning of counterproductive? You do something expecting a positive result, but you get a negative result. Then what do you say? Counterproductive. There's another word you guys have to learn. Please write the word boomerang. Have you heard of this any time? Boomerang has two different meanings. Here it is a verb. As a verb, it means counterproductive. But it is also a noun. As a noun, it is like inverted V shape, wooden thing. It is a weapon used by aboriginals. What is the meaning of aboriginals? Indigenous people of Australia, local people of Australia, tribal people, aboriginals. They invented this. And do you know it works on principles of aerodynamics? What does it work on? They use as a weapon, they throw it to hit the target, an animal. If it hits the target, it falls there. Misses the target, based on principles of aerodynamics, it comes back to the person who throws. That is amazing. Who invented that? Tribal people. Amazing, not amazing? You got the answer for this, or I haven't read this? Aiming to promote art and culture of different states, anything wrong? In the national capital, Delhi government has decided to increase participation of local artists in regional festivals. Nothing wrong, I suppose. So what is the answer based on that? All correct. Oh, we have columns today. The European Union and Britain on Friday ramped up, underline, ramp up means what? Increase, more. Pressure on Russia over its war on Ukraine. Can you say from $60 to $45? You cannot. What is the next one? Targeting Moscow's energy sector, shadow fleet of, underline fleet of, aging oil tankers and military intelligence service with new sanctions. Seems okay. How many options with AE? Now we have to cross-check BD. Shall I go to B? The European Commission, the EU's executive branch, had proposed to lower the oil price cap from $60 to $45. That seems makes sense. So what is the answer? You don't have to go beyond that. But I told you to underline one word. Which one is that? Fleet. I have told you guys recently it goes with ships, goes with buses. But now we got a new combination. What is it? Oil tankers. Make a note of that. Fleet of oil tankers, a new combination. Please underline go to F, all of you. Ship to ship. There's one thing you have to recollect. Tell me what is it based on that. Now answer my question. To is what? Preposition. What is the rule here? If you have to use the same noun before and after a preposition, it should be in the singular form. Write this example. Letter after letter. Have been read or has been read. We have to use a singular verb. Letter after letter has been read. Letter singular, letter singular. What is the preposition here? After. They have given in a few exams. You got to be aware of that. Have you copied? Okay. Shall I go to the next one? German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said he had spoken to Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico almost daily. Can you say energy giant? Can you say with international law? Can you say to target the family of a Russian spy who was later poisoned with a nerve agent? We are talking about Russia, or underline German Chancellor had spoken to whom? Slovak Prime Minister to almost daily to target the family. Possibility is there, but we got a new character over here. To target the family of a former Russian spy. Hold this one. AF, you hold that. The EU had hoped to get major international powers in the group of 7 countries. Can you say energy giant? You guys have to respond. And can you say with international law? No. To target, ruled out. The EU also targeted the Nord Stream pipelines between Russia and Germany to prevent Putin. Do what? Can you say energy? Can you say with international law? To target? No. So there's one possibility. What is that possibility? We don't know the context. But do you see AF? Then what is the answer? Have you chosen the 5th option? Very good. Here we have one word. Which one is that? Underline Nord. Also underline Slovak. I think European countries there we use Slovak and Nord. But I want you guys to learn one particular expression. Please write Scandinavian. Scandinavian countries. What are Scandinavian countries? Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Norway, Sweden, Finland. These are known as Scandinavian countries. Are you guys aware of this? Very good. Shall I tell you something interesting? In Norway, Norwegians don't drink water. They drink beer. Only Indians in Norway have water. Have I told you guys? You remember so well. Anyhow, we'll go to the next one. Shall we? What is the next one about? Connectors. The trade imbalance is likely to rise again in 1990. A new set of policy actions will be required soon. Possible based on that something. So can you say likewise? Again, instead. So what is the answer? Hence, not current. Hence, based on that, a new set of policy actions will be required soon. Old information, underline 1990. Shall I go to the next one? The group's short-term future remains uncertain. The worldwide recession, according to Mr. Bigham. Besides the worldwide recession, equally still, whereas here I think it is talking about the reason. The group's short-term future remains uncertain. Why? The worldwide recession, because of worldwide you can think of. And what is the other expression you can use? Owing to the worldwide recession according to someone. So what is the answer here? Babu?